So my name is Michael Appel. I'm with the law firm of Sugarman Rogers, Barshak & Cohn in Boston. I've been practicing law for 35 years. I've worked with Rob Jenner extensively as co-lead counsel in a large mass tort, a litigation against a large dialysis company. And I worked closely with Rob in that litigation. I would say that Rob and I spoke practically every day for years about that litigation. We met often. We collaborated in every single facet of law practice with respect to how to litigate a mass tort against a large medical device company. I can't say enough good things about Rob. I watched how he interacted with the courts. He interacts with the judges in a very respectful manner. He gains the trust of the judges and court personnel. He's courteous. He's respectful towards opposing counsel. He conducts himself as a top flight attorney, somebody who commands and deserves the respects and gives the whole court system the dignity it should have. I worked with Rob arguing motions. We would talk about the strategy of when to bring the motions, whether we were going to bring the motions, how we would argue it. This was a great experience for me because having been the first time really for me that I worked so closely with somebody outside my own firm. And I felt always very comfortable with him, really respected his opinions. I think I learned a lot from him and he learned a lot from me. There were others involved too, and I watched how Rob worked with other people in leadership, and not just in leadership. I watched how he interacted with other counsel who had cases in the litigation and always saw that he treated other counsel with a lot of respect, always answered people's questions, and really I think I could say that he consistently, to me, acted in the best interests of the litigation as a whole, and was always trying to be helpful to those other lawyers. Rob was involved in every single facet of the case, which depositions to take, as I said before, which motions to bring and when to bring, and how to respond to the other side's motions. He was involved in the discovery matters, all aspects of discovery. One of the things that Rob is actually a master at, probably one of the best lawyers I've seen and worked with, is his ability to organize a mass tort. A lot of people have had various kinds of experience in the mass tort world, but it's rare to find somebody who really knows inside and out how these cases work. They're extremely complex. Rob knows every single facet of it, and he knows the people. He knows how to get people to collaborate in these kinds of litigations. He knows how to spread the work around so that people feel that they're contributing and a part of the litigation and that they're an important part of the litigation. He knows when to stop. He knows where not to go, and that's important too. Doesn't want to waste time of leadership or counsel or the court system. I worked with Rob and other lawyers and staff in his office so closely enough so that I could see how he handled the cases of the clients who had retained him. And as putting myself in the shoes of a litigant, I would want to be a client of Rob Jenner. I saw how their cases were handled with care, that they kept the clients informed about what was going on in the litigation. They were transparent. They were acting with honesty and integrity. I know that because I was privy to the kinds of communications they would send out to clients. And those communications were clear. Sometimes they had to deal with trying to explain complicated issues that came up in the course of the litigation to clients. Yet they did their very best, as far as I could see, in communicating those concerns and those issues, explaining to clients the nature of the litigation, the kinds of things that the clients would be expected, helping the clients understand what reasonable expectations were in terms of their own recoveries in this case in particular. So I watched their staff. I got to know particularly the paralegals and the support staff, and just very caring, competent people. So I think anybody who would retain Rob's firm would be in very, very good hands.